Superchargers Podcast. SDOC LA. We own the coast.
So I finally watched season 13 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I just have one question. Did Anna Marie set up former Charger defensive star Marcellus Willey? Before I watched the show, I just knew her as Marcellus's wife. After watching the season, I couldn't stop thinking, man, this is making him look bad too. But after binging it, I did walk away feeling bad for Marcellus. I really did. He's the one person I felt bad for than anybody else. She was definitely looking for her TV moment. And unfortunately, because she's married to one of the former Chargers, Marcellus, gets attached to that image too, whether it's fair or not. After I finally sat down and watched season 13 of Beverly Hills, and wow, I knew Anna Marie wasn't going to be exactly a fan favorite, but I was expecting her to look this bad in every episode. I was going to the season trying to give her a fair shot. I knew she wasn't a fan favorite, but at the end, I just couldn't stop asking myself, how did this happen? Did she set up Marcellus? This is just my opinion after watching the season, but I couldn't help feeling like some of the conversations surrounding Marcellus, end up putting him in this awkward situation. That's just how it came across watching it to me. It feels like she never really recovered in the audience's eyes. Every episode it seemed to have another argument, another correction, another awkward interaction. Instead of seeing different sides of her, it felt like we kept on getting the same exact version over and over again. She came off very one-dimensional. And no, I don't think production did her dirty. I think she did herself dirty. Bravo did not cast her to fail. I don't think they were exaggerating anything. If anything, I think they were trying to help her, but she just made herself look bad throughout the season. God, yeah, she probably gave the producers a lot of bad footage to work with. I don't even think Anna Marie realized what she was even doing. Every conversation became correcting someone, arguing, telling everyone they're wrong, bringing up her profession. It just stopped feeling authentic. It felt like I'm here to prove everybody else wrong. And let's talk about the Sutton situation. I swear, every episode came back to Sutton's esophagus. She wouldn't let it go. She kept doubling down. Every apology had another explanation attached to it, and no one was buying it. The cast members, the producers, the audience, Marcellus probably too, everybody saw through it. And how this hurts Marcellus, here's what surprised me. Marcellus barely did anything this season, yet somehow, every time Anna Marie caught into another awkward scene, I kept on, or like just an argument, I just kept on thinking to myself, damn, this makes Marcellus look really bad too. Like, how does Marcellus deal with this? Or like, just like, what kind of conversations do happen in that household? Woo. The funniest thing she did is the 8.5 rating, and then like she kind of embraced it and it became like her thing, which is super funny too. It's like, yeah, it's funny because one of the girls said she's not Beverly Hills. No, Anna Marie definitely was not Beverly Hills. I feel like Kyle Richards probably regrets bringing her on. She probably just wanted to give a friend an opportunity. But yeah, she became really exhausting, especially when she tried to become a medical expert. Every conversation turned into a lesson. She kept on trying to explain everyone's medical situation. She kept on she always had to have the final word. It stopped feeling like helpful and started feeling really preachy. And we get that you're a nurse, no one's questioning that. But she did come off a little quacky. Like, she tried to kind of front like she was an MD sometimes, I feel like a little bit. But yeah, she definitely came off like she was the smartest person in the room. And yeah, let's talk more about the esophagus. Sutton says one thing, Anna Marie won't let it go. Every dinner, every party, somehow they kept on talking about the esophagus. And it's like, we get it, dude, we get it. And like, she just kept on going on and on about it. It just drove me crazy. The constant interruptions, talking over people, correcting everyone, always had to get the last word. Beverly Hills works when people throw shade. Anna Marie wasn't throwing shade. She was just giving she was just being exhausting. You know, she just didn't fit the vibe. And that's probably my biggest criticism. She never felt like Beverly Hills. She's like someone who's trying to prove she belonged instead of just being herself. Compared to the veterans who know how to let the scenes breathe, Anna Marie just came in trying to win every conversation. Oh, another funny moment and a funny scene is when she tells Marcellus, go to the bar. You know, like, bro looked happy to be getting away, but you could tell he was mad the way she was talking to him too. And you know, Marcellus might have had the best strategy the whole season. I'm gonna let y'all handle this. It was pretty funny actually. You could tell he was a little happy to get out of it, but also mad. Like, you could tell like he probably don't like she. You could tell she is something else. Yeah. After finishing The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 13, I definitely feel bad for Marcellus, and I think he got set up by Anna Marie. But you know, I also question Marcellus too, like, what were you doing with her, you know? But you know, and maybe the smartest thing Marcellus did all season was going to the bar. You know, if this is your first time for the Superchargers podcast, hit that subscribe button. We don't just talk football, we talk Chargers culture. And you know, and sometimes the culture ends up on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'll catch you on the next one. Bolt up.